Hey guys, Elite Legionarii, and I am bringing you a 2 vs 2 for Rome Total War. This is a rather special game. Not special, it's got specific rules, I suppose. As you can see, I am playing as Spqr Romans, and my ally Frieza is playing as the Brutii Romans. Now the rules were 2 vs 2 and pre-Marian Romans. So for those of you who don't know what pre-Marian is, it's like the Republic before the Gaius Marinus reforms, which were about 107 BC or 111 or something around that period. But basically it means, you know, the units you can use at the start of the campaign is Rome, so like Hastati, Principe, Triarii, Equites, Velites, a Roman generals units, things like that. No legionary cohorts, none of the other cavalry or anything like that. The rules were just a 2 vs 2 of this type. So my army consists of 5 Hastati, which are gold with 1 experience, and I think one of them is just gold. 5 units of gold Principe, 2 units of gold Triarii, 2 units of, I think it's actually gold for one of my Equites and silver gold for another, a gold Roman general, 4 gold attack archers, regular Roman archers, and 1 town watch, which will be my Pila shield. My opponent has a similar sort of setup, I think, basically with 5 Hastati, 5 Principe, just the same sort of setup as me pretty much. He's got a lot more cav than me. I personally didn't bother with cav that much because I think Equites are pretty crap. Spending lots of money on them is not that worth it in my opinion. You're better to just get a couple of Triarii and a couple of Equites to catch some of their archers or lend to support. But our opponents, who are determined to stay hidden, got a lot of cav. As I said, I don't think Equites are worth spending heaps of money on. They're cheap, but they're never that good. They're okay, but they're just not that great. You're better to just spend the money on the infantry, in my opinion. When you're going to see what will happen here, you're going to see that his cavalry do okay against my inferior cavalry. They do better, but they don't do fantastically better. But you'll see that my infantry really perform in this battle against his infantry. I will be fighting the Scipii Roman player, which is Whitelk. His name's Whitelk, and my ally Frieza will be facing Thomas, who is the Julli, which is my favourite Roman faction. Little thing to note too on the with the pre-Marian units, the Julli don't have the shoulder armour. If you look at these Principes, no armour on their shoulders here. But if you look at any of mine or Frieza's or the other Scipio player, their Principes, same with their Hastati and Triarii and stuff, will have shoulder armour. If you look at these, see these Hastati, they've got some like chainmail bits on their shoulders, and that's these Triarii are the same thing. So if you look at my Hastati, they have my Principe, they've got this, see, the shoulder armour. You know, it's just an interesting thing I've noticed. If you haven't noticed, that's the case. I don't know why the Julli don't. Disappointing, because they're my favourite Roman faction, but I guess the Julli are just badass enough without them, I don't know. So anyway, we're just going to advance forward, so it's a pretty steady thing. It's a pretty continuous march. At the moment I've stopped, but I'm just making sure my army stays together, because sometimes even when I hold down Alt, the army's formation gets mucked up, which really frustrates me. But fortunately it stayed together this time as I approached. So yeah, in the pre-Marian period, the Hastati formed the front line. They were the least experienced guys, and they could afford like a little chest piece. As you can see, they got a wee chest piece. They wouldn't have had the shoulder armour, very unlikely. The Principe would have worn full body chainmail, which is what they wear here, and these guys were more experienced. They obviously had been Hastati and they'd gained some battle experience, and they were a bit older and a wee bit more wealthier and got better gear. The Triarii, the elites, the absolute best of the Roman infantry, could afford really good gear, had lots of experience, and you know, they were only ever kept on reserve. There was a line in Latin, it's come down to the Triarii. I've forgotten how to say it in Latin. I don't want to try and embarrass myself attempting it, But which is why I was kind of disappointed with the way the Triarii have been portrayed in Rome Total War, because they're only really good as spearmen, they're no good as infantry, which wouldn't have been the case. Some of the mods remedy that, which pleases me. So anyway, Thomas did break the rules a little bit. He brought Archer Auxilia, which are not pre-Marian, at least by the game standard. And he brought a lot of them. I think he brought a full unit of 6, and they got a lot of upgrades, so they were really devastating. But they're inflicting a lot of damage on me, particularly at the moment. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of dead guys happening out there. Which is a nuisance. There's always someone who muddles up when you do pre-Marian rules. Even no matter how many times you try and explain it, there's almost always someone who muddles it up. They'll either bring Archer Auxilia or Roman Cav. And the only Cav you can get, or at least when I play, is Equites, and I can get Cavalry Auxilia from the cavalry stables when I can build them in the pre-Marian stage, but I usually don't bother with that. But I allow them, so Equites and Cavalry Auxilia, which are the ones that throw the spears. But other than that, no other Cav and only the regular Roman archers. But a lot of people they never seem to get it, and they, always muddle up. Like several times I've said pre-Marian game, and I find myself up against an urban cohort and Praetorian Cav spam, and as you know, with Hastati and Principe, you're just going to get smoked against an army like that. Unless you've got ridiculous more upgrades. I do have a battle where I did manage to beat a Praetorian and urban spam with a Hastati, Principe and Triarii lineup, but I had a lot more upgrades. It was still very hard though. So anyway, I'm just shooting up his archers with mine. That's pretty even so far. But I'm going to bring all my Cav and my Triarii over to my left side of my formation, my left flank. The archers will continue their duel, and I'm going to rush my infantry up. I want to force his archers back so I can get a few shots off on him. He has his Triarii in front as a Peeler shield. I think that's a waste of Triarii. You need Triarii. He's going to retreat them. You're better off just to bring a Town Watch unit, because Town Watch are crap and expendable, cheap as hell. Make a perfect Peeler shield, and that's basically what I've done. I accidentally left my Peeler on there, so I quickly turned them off because I do not want them wasting Peeler like that. But as you'll see, I will continue to advance.
Our allies have lost their leader. This turn of events may make them lose heart.
So, Frieza's lost his leader, but he does turn out to do some good work. So anyway, as you can see, his army starts to reveal, and I'm going to tell my men to stop in a moment, but you'll see the Peeler are getting my Town Watch, so the Town Watch are taking all the Peeler arrows and shit, while my guys stay relatively undamaged and will respond with their own Peeler. So that'll give me the edge, but I have, the upgrades are pretty even, but because I get so much better off in the Peeler battle, you're going to see that I will have a much better performance in the infantry battle. Here I retreat my Cav, and I'm bringing my Triarii up because I suspect that his Cav will be quite powerful. I could tell by the formatting of his army. So here I'm going to rush my Hastati in to. They're going to actually match his Principe in a lot of area, which is quite good. As long as my Hastati can hold, which is fine, I'll be able to send my own Principe around his flanks, which is really devastating. So here he makes the mistake of letting his Triarii be in the line. Now in real life that would have been ideal, but in this game not, because like I said before, they're only actual spearmen, so they're really only good against cavalry. So that's why I've sent my Triarii out to assist my Cav, which obviously don't do as good against his Cav, which have a lot of upgrades. But I'm doing okay over here because I think I've got a Triarii unit in assist. It's my Roman general, but I'll get some Triarii in to assist there, which is good. As you can see, his Principe are not even being able to beat my Triarii, my Hastati. My infantry got a lot more Peeler off, and I think I put more focus on my infantry than him. Although as you can see, he's still got substantial upgrades on them, just not as many as me. What I like to do is I like to put a few extra upgrades on the Hastati, because I think the Hastati are the vital part. If they rout too quickly, it'll make too much work for your own Principe. So if they can do enough work, it'll make your Principe really deadly when they get into the action. So some of my guys come back from routing. He mops up most of my archers, but I don't really care. I'm not that bothered. That's probably a bit careless on my part, but I'm not too worried. I lose my general.
The general has fallen and caused his troops much heartache. Much better to have lived.
So yeah, his cavalry is substantially better, but he's not really dealing with my triarii, as you can see, which has cost him. And of course, his whole infantry line has completely caved in. Totally, it's completely broken, and that makes life a lot easier for me. It looks almost like he's got his men in guard mode. I might be wrong, but if he has, it's not good. You don't want Romans in guard mode, not in this kind of battle anyway. As you can see, my opponent's ally is beating down these Thomas's Julli Romans, but I think they focused a lot on cavalry. But like I said, in a pre-Marian setting, focusing on cavalry is not really that great, not in my opinion, because as I said, equites are not very good anyway. You better just stick with the infantry, which is where Rome's power has always been. You know, like Praetorian Cav, there might have been like a few Praetorian Cav units in history, but almost they would have been entirely pretty much non-existent. They would have been a very, very small and select unit, so it's why the fact that Rome's got such good Cav in this game is very, very historically inaccurate. They should indeed have the greatest infantry, or some of the best infantry, because that's where their power was historically. But as you not in the in this game, they've got like the Praetorian Cav, and even the Legionary Cav are pretty damn good. They can beat what do you call them? Companion Cav. I mean, they would have probably had some decent Cav.
Press forward, so the spirit of his army is broken too.
So here you can see he gets his cav in before I came in to assist, but he gets him in.
Gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
So here we're just going to catch as many of his equites as we can. They're not going to survive against our infantry, not in battle, so they'll give in pretty quickly. The red player, Thomas, or the Julli player, he just quits. I don't like that when people do that in games. No matter how, if you've lost, hang around. Don't just quit. Especially, I mean, if you got to go, you got to go, that's fine. But at least tell people you're leaving. Say something like, sorry guys, I've got to go, or whatever. Don't just quit. It's rude. But the blue player sort of just runs around for a while, and I just say to him, mate, you can't win. You fought well, but don't make it annoying by running around and making us chase you for ages and ages because we've got no cav left, or very few cav left. Some players do that to deliberately just annoy you by running all over the field and never ending the game. I think I uploaded a video where someone did that to me and I got really annoyed because I had no cav and he just held these archers and stuff and he just ran away and I couldn't catch them. It's really annoying. So this battle, as you can see, obviously me and my ally have won, but blue's going to run around for a bit. But fortunately, I just talk him into just surrendering it, because otherwise it's annoying for us, and he does, so it's fine. So I'll just chat for a couple of minutes if you can bear listening to me any longer. So I mean, I always wanted to bring you a pre-Marian battle. For those of you who want to know these maps, this is off Bell's mod map. I think it's 2.0 or 2.1 or 2.2 or something like that mod map. Anyway, as you can see here, the supremely upgraded units, the cav units here, will actually destroy these guys. I should have got in there better, but anyways, I was saying about the map. It adds 132 new maps in addition to the ones you get with Rome, and it also changes the general skin and the and as you can see, look at that general there. He's got a cape and a head plume and all that, like they do in the campaign, and it also changes the Spartan skins. So a really good mod, and very easy. It's really easy to install. I don't know how to install mods that well, but it can be done, and it can be done easily. It's just a really good mod, and of course 132 new maps gives you a hell of a lot of variety. I mean, I think this one's called Roman Grassland or Roman Woodland or something like that. I chose it because obviously it was going to be in a full Roman battle, so I thought it would be appropriate that it be in a Roman area. So I'm assuming this is in Italy somewhere. But you know, you should definitely look into getting some mods. I might put a video up on how to get mods, because there's a lot of really cool mods out there, and a lot of people just don't have them, which is a shame. So now I might just speed it up, but just to shorten the video. Not that it matters now, because I can do longer videos now, but it's pretty boring and I don't know what else to talk to you about. So yeah, I think I will. I'll show you a good place to get some mods, and I'll show you how to install some really good, but really easy to install mods. Personally, I'd love to play more mods, and I'd love to do a campaign for it sometime if you guys would be interested. I'll just slow it down again. As you can see, things are getting basically it's just routing in places any minute now. But I would love to bring you some mods and play some online stuff with mods, but a lot of people just don't play it, and I don't play mods because the only thing you can do on mods is play the AI, and if you play the AI too much, it'll actually make your skills get really rusty, and that's never good. So when you come back to normal room, you get your ass kicked. I was quite surprised I was doing this well on this game when I got home after like a week away. I came online and I won quite a few battles, and even I won a couple of really good ones, and I was quite surprised because if I don't play it every second day or something, I lose quite badly.
Forward, so the spirit of his army is broken too.
So he admits defeat, which I'm thankful for, because he did play well, but if he carried on doing that, it really makes the game annoying. So I think it's just courteous if you do that sort of thing, you know. It goes on for a while yet, I think, because we find there's these Archer Auxiliaries shooting. They must have come back, but this guy, of course, rage quitted before he, basically just as he got defeated, which isn't very good sportsmanship, but I won't hold it against him. Anyway, so yeah, I'll continue on with the Scipii campaign, which I'll be able to get your longer parts now too, seeing as I can go over the 15-minute marker. I'll also bring you some, what else can I bring you? Some medieval videos, and I'm trying to get better at Empire Total War. I'm still quite terrible. So, and I don't know the stuff on it as well yet, so I'm still endeavouring to learn it, so I will be getting some. Would like to get some of that too at some point, so I will try and do that. But I mean, I'm really enjoying Medieval 2 at the moment, so and I want to try and get some for the expansion pack. I want to try and get some for, you know, the Teutonic Order. I love playing as the Teutonic Order. It's awesome. As you can see there, I'm just about to mop up those remaining archers. And I'd love to get some as the Crusades and the Britannic and America's campaign.
And this day is clearly our victory!
So, as you can see, it's a clear victory. Both me and Frieza got considerable kills. I managed to keep most of my army, I only lost about 500 men. I got 1,187 kills, I had 1,502 men deployed. 954 remaining. Frieza, he had 1,449 men, he got 1,381 kills, so he takes the title for kills. He had 664 men remaining. Thomas had 1,519 men, he got 882 kills, and he had 87 men remaining. And Whitelk had 1,263 men deployed, he got 663 kills and 93 men remaining. So if you want to look at our stats, as you can see, the Astarte, the Principe, look at them, very few casualties, lots of damage inflicted. The archers did pretty good, considering that they're getting shot up by Archer Auxiliaries. Triario, I didn't really get much of a chance. I had them in there, they deterred his cab, which was good. And of course the Astarte did really good as well. So and the Equites, they did good as well, which is, I was surprised they did that well. I thought they got mopped up a lot easier than that, but I must have sent them out, recollected them and sent them out back after routers and stuff. So anyway, good game to Frieza, Thomas and Whitelk, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you for the next one.